Hey guys, what is going on? My name is NoJ456, and today to get the entire Descent Easter egg from start to finish. This was a very fun Easter egg to solve, and I had a lot of fun doing it for around 20 hours yesterday. It was a lot of fun to do, but I have some very interesting steps for you guys, some very interesting tips, and we're going to be getting through this thing as quickly and as easily as possible, and hopefully this won't be too painful if you're trying to solve this for yourself. So let's go ahead and get started here with the first step. So the first step is make your way over to the spiral staircase room right below EXO health and right behind where the EXO suits are, and shooting all three of these valves until they fully rotate. So the first step is making your way over to this spiral staircase right below EXO health and right behind where the exosuits spawn, and shooting these three valves that are along the spiral staircase until they fully rotate. Now this will be very easy to do, however it does just take a little bit of time and takes a lot of bullets. It's a very easy step, you just have to shoot them enough. They will do a full 360 rotation, and as soon as they finish their rotation they will turn blue. The light above them will turn blue, and as long as you have all three of those lights blue, the doors will open and you have completed the first step. And this is kind of like step 1.5. The next thing you need to do is make your way inside of the room that opened along the spiral staircase and hold X on the little terminal. Now you will get a quote, you'll get some characters talking, and then you need to go back and hold X on it again. You have to hold X on it twice after the Angie character asks, are you sure you want to override? And then you're going to hold on X on it again, and then you will get another quote, and that will be the first step of the Easter egg. That is the first one completed. As soon as you get no more quotes by holding X on the little panel, then you are good to go and you can move along to step 2. So step 2 is making your way over to this airlock door and depressurizing it. All you're going to need to do is go up to it, hold X or hold square if you're on the PlayStation consoles, and it will slowly depressurize the door. Now this does take a long time, but you can save your progress if you get teleported away, if you get hit by zombies and you need to move. You can just go back to this later on and hold X on it again. You don't have to do it all in one go. It will save your progress. But once the door is depressurized, you will have to wait until a Goliath drops onto the map. That usually happens around round 8. I saw it. You can get lucky and get it before, but it seems like by round 8 for sure you will have it. You're going to go up to this Goliath suit and enter the suit, and then you're going to make your way all the way back up to those doors in the lounge, and then you will be able to enter it as a Goliath. You will make your way down the little pathway. You're going to have to punch a zombie out of the way, which is pretty darn funny to punch the zombie out of the way. But once you punch it out of the way, make your way to the end and then hold X on the light at the very end of the hallway, and that will activate the light. It will turn a different color, and then you are good to go. You are done with the Goliath. Just be sure to exit the area before your Goliath suit explodes. Make your way back to the main area, and then you can self-destruct. You can actually use it. It doesn't really matter, but then we are on to the next step. So next up, Oz will give you the drone challenge. In the very next round, after you activate the switch, you'll hear a little quote saying the next round is going to be fun, and he will give you the drone challenge. Now, this challenge, the hardest part is making sure the zombies don't die out while you are hunting for drones. So I recommend actually doing this on an early round and just running around the map with a powerful gun and trying to do this in the middle of the round, because the zombies can die out, and if they die out, you will fail the challenge, because if it starts a new round, you have to do this all in one round. So it will be around 5 different drones scattered around the map, kind of hiding in different areas. Once you kind of know the spawns, it makes it a little bit easier. It might not work the first couple of tries that you do it, but they will be kind of hiding in the same certain areas, and every single round they will respawn if you fail the challenge, but you need to kill all of them in one round, and after you kill all 5 of them, you will complete the drone challenge. At the very next round, it'll say challenge success, and that's when you know you're ready to go on to the next round. Again, just search around the map and just make sure your zombie doesn't die out. If it says challenge failed, know that you have 5 more to get the next time around, and it should be pretty easy. A lot of it's just knowing where the drones spawn, and after you find all of them, it should say challenge success, and you'll be good to go. Anyway, guys, that is the challenge. Let's go ahead and get on to the next step. So the next step is going to this area in the Galleria. There's going to be something on the right-hand side. This is what the charged version of what I'm just going to call the bomb looks like. It's not a bomb at all, however, it is a little power circuit that you do need to charge up. That is where the location is. You go inside of the Galleria, and it's right to your left on the wall there. It will open it up, and it will need to be charged. Now, this is probably the hardest step in the Easter egg, because what you have to do is lure zombies over here and get shocked by your exosuit, get your exosuit shocked by a zombie in that corner. And whenever you do that, their energy, their electricity will basically go inside of the wall here. This is basically the route that I run. I would run this circle around, I would go all the way around, and then I would run them by there. Try to get shocked there and try to make my getaway and keep running circles with these electric zombies, these EMZs. So you do need to get them to shock you. They do have to shock you, and after they shock you, it will absorb their energy. It'll immediately kill the zombie that shocked you, but it does take their energy and it does charge it up. Now it does take a good number of shocks. This is a good example of what it looks like. I got myself shocked there, and as you can see, he just got completely annihilated. He got absorbed into that little bomb thing on the wall there, and that is basically what I did over and over and over while I was charging this bomb. Very, very difficult step, and you do need to make sure you're careful, but that is basically the strategy that I used for it, and make sure you charge that all the way up. You'll hear a quote when it is finished, and it will kind of have that electric thing that I showed you right here. Once it is electrified like this, you are on to the next step, and it's basically just getting to the next round. So the next step is the grenade challenge. All you have to do after you complete the charging step is basically just get on to the next round, and I strongly recommend for this step that you just buy contact grenades. Buy them off the wall in the spawn area. They're just kind of on my left right now if you're watching my screen. I just jumped past them. Just buy the contact grenades, because if you have normal grenades, it's going to be a lot harder, but if you have contact grenades, this is going to be one of the most fun steps ever, especially if you're on earlier rounds. Basically, all you can use is grenades. You can't use anything else. The only button that does anything besides your movement buttons and jump buttons are the grenade buttons, and obviously I just jump around, I'm blowing everyone up, and it's actually a really, really fun step. Unlimited grenades, and that's all you can use, and after you complete this step, you are on to the next one. It will complete the grenade challenge at the end of the round, and you are good to go. So let's get on to the next step. So next step is the jump puzzle. This is a very, very fun step, but it can also be very frustrating because it is a little bit difficult, but again, that is kind of the point of the Easter egg. I'm showing the last one right here, so if you made it to this one, this is the last one that you have to do right here. It is very, very difficult to do, but after you complete it, it's very, very rewarding, and after nothing else is spawning in, it will be completed. But you just start off with a very basic jump, and then it kind of gets more and more intricate until you do that pyramid jump, and that is basically the entirety of that jump puzzle. So once you complete it, once no more platforms are spawning or anything like that, you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go to the next step, and that is what we're going to be talking about now. So the round immediately after you complete the jump puzzle is the move challenge. Now the move challenge works in the way that every single step that you take loses you points, and the more points that you have, the more points you lose. So I recommend spending as many points as possible before you attempt this challenge, before you finish the round, before the move challenge, before you finish the jump puzzle. Just spend as many points as possible on upgrades, on new guns, and everything like that, because the more points that you have, the more you're going to lose per step or per jump in this challenge. Now, obviously, as you can see, it's pretty easy to keep your points around 1,000, but my friend who had, I think, around 13,000 points whenever he started this was losing something like 200 a step, and he ended with around 800 points or something like that. Just ridiculous amount of points being lost if you have a lot of points to start this round with. So again, it's better to just not throw them away to Oz. Just make sure you spend all the points that you can before this step, and after you complete this round, you will be on to the next step. So make your way over to the reception self-check encounters, and you will start playing Simon Says. There will be a panel that is glowing. You hold X on that one, and it will start giving you a pattern to repeat over and over and over. Now, two different tips I have for this. It's very, very self-explanatory. All you need to do is just repeat what the order is, the lights glow and everything like that. Number one, what you need to do is make sure that you either have a dog or a crawling zombie, because a normal running zombie will pretty much take you down. If you are doing these, I tried to do it once and I was like, nope, I have to kill this zombie because he's just getting too close to killing me over and over and over. So either get a dog or a crawler. And number two, as you can see on the screen, I was just pausing a couple times. I was just writing down the order, and if you would like to do that, again, if your memory's better than mine, you won't need to write it down or anything like that. But I failed, I think, 2 times trying to do this. So just write it down. It makes it a little bit easier, and you won't have to worry about failing or anything like that. You can spend less time on this step and more on the next step, which is immediately after this. Oz will tell you after you complete it. I'm still going to be working on it here in this clip, but after you complete it, Oz will say, I have another challenge for you next round, and yada yada yada. So it's another challenge step after you complete Simon Says, and I unfortunately did not record it, but it's very easy to explain. Basically, it's called the Friendly Fire Challenge, and whenever you're in the Friendly Fire Challenge, basically you're going to have teammates that are going to be trying to kill you. Now, the teammates are actually the characters themselves. Like Lilith will come after you with a gun. They'll spawn in just kind of AI characters, and they'll come after you and try to shoot you. I don't really understand this step at all, or why that's a thing. But basically, it will just spawn in AI-controlled bots that come after you and try to kill you. You can't kill them. Just don't even try to kill them. Just stay away from them. Avoid them. You can see them through the walls on the map. It's very easy to avoid them. And after you complete that round, after you kill all of the zombies on that round, they will automatically die out, and you will be complete with that step. And then we are very, very close. We're on the final step. Let's go ahead and get into it. So after you complete the friendly fire challenge, the next step is going to be to complete the numbers game. Now, the numbers game is a very, very difficult step. It does take a few rounds to do, and it is a little bit frustrating, and you will have random numbers for this. Your numbers will be different than my numbers, but let's go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about here. So make your way over to the tidal wave generator, and inside of the room that we opened up for the first step, there's going to be this panel on the wall, and I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here so you guys can actually see this. These are the numbers. Now, the numbers on the top, obviously I've been working on the numbers on the bottom for a while at this point, but the numbers on the top are the numbers that the numbers on the bottom have to match. Now, every action that you do, or not every action, some certain actions are going to change the numbers on the bottom, and that is going to match up with the numbers on the top. And as soon as the numbers on the bottom match up with the numbers that they gave you on the top, that is going to be the completion of this step. Now, each row individually, the first row is EXO slam hits. So if you boost down, you hit a zombie with an EXO slam. If you hit 2 zombies with an EXO slam, it's going to give you 2 different numbers. It's going to add 2 to whatever number. It's going to go all the way up to 9 and then go back to 0. So if you overshoot it, you have to do another 9, get all the way back up to where you were, and that will complete that row. So after you finish the EXO slam, don't EXO slam anymore inside of this room, and that will complete that step. All this stuff does have to be inside of this room for it to count, I believe, besides one of them. So the next one up is the jumps. Now the jumps is very, very easy to do. Every single time that you jump, it will increment 1. You're going to see that in just a second here. That is the second row. That is the 1 that is on the wall right here. The 4 on the wall is equipment buys. So if you go and you buy contact grenades, if you refill on teleportation grenades, if you do anything with your equipment, you switch it out of the box, you do anything like that, anything that you spend money on that is going to give you an equipment, that is a number there. That is the third row. That was the hardest one to figure out. It took me just forever to figure that one out. But every single time that you buy an equipment for that row, you will be that will increment it by 1. You'll be good to go on that one. The last one is just straight up kills. That is probably the last one that you want to do besides jumps. The order that I would do it is I would get the equipment one lined up first. I would get the EXO slam ones lined up first. Then I would get the kills lined up, and then I would get the jumps, because the jumps is very easy to do, and you're going to see me complete that right about here. So let's go ahead and watch. As you can see, I'm just kind of taking my time, knowing what I'm doing, getting just a few zombies in here at the very, very end, and as soon as you do that, all the numbers match up, you will be complete, and you will be good to go. It will complete, and then the next round is probably the most fun step in the entire one, and it is probably the last step, if you want to technically call it the last step. So let's go ahead and get into it here. So after you complete the numbers game, the next round that you go into, you're going to get the rocket challenge. Now, the rocket challenge is pretty much exactly like the grenade challenge, except that you have a Mayhem Mark 25 that it automatically gives you with unlimited ammo. A ton of fun to do, a lot like the grenade challenge in a lot of ways, and luckily I had an infected round here, but I imagine this can get kind of difficult with the fact that you can damage yourself with the Mayhem, and you just do need to be careful with this, and I was lucky that I didn't have a lot of EMZs to run around and screw me over or anything like that. So just make sure you stay careful here, because you are pretty much done if you complete this step, and that is what I'm going to be showing you now. Just finish this round. It will be around round 30 at this point, so you do need to just basically be careful, and let's get on to the final step of the Easter egg, which is just activating the panel. So last but not least, make your way over to the original room that we opened up. It will turn on the memory tester, and you will be teleported into Oz's memories. Now, I will have a link down below in the description if you would like to watch this entire clip, just because it is a 9-minute clip, and it does have a lot of information in it, but I'm not going to include it in this video. But basically, all you have to do is get to this location, kill a whole bunch of zombies, don't die, just whatever you do not die here. It will be another round of zombies that you do have to play against. However, you have some AI characters if you're doing this on solo. Do not die here. I cannot stress that enough. But all you have to do is survive, and at the very end of this, you will get an achievement, and it will finish the game for you, and you will be completed with this Easter egg. Anyway, guys, that is about it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have, go ahead and leave a like. Let's try to see if we can get to 3 likes on this video. And I have some special people to thank here. We have Talixian, who helped me out with a whole bunch of steps. We were working together, and he was just solving them like crazy while we were playing, and then we kind of like, he had to go, and then I kind of finished it off. So Huge shout out to Talixian, and his channel link will be down below. You can go ahead and go over there to follow him. And I also have to shout out Blue, or GamingTime777 on Xbox. He is the one who basically helped me figure out that EXO slams are the first number on the numbers game. That was a huge help, and big shout out to him for that. His link will be down below as well. And most of all, thank you to you guys for all of your support. Be sure to go check out those 2 links, and just thank you guys so much for all the support on the Easter eggs. Next up is Black Ops 3 Zombies. Holy moly, I am ready. I hope you guys are ready as well. But that is going to about wrap it up for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.